If you work with sales and customers, you will lose your job. And if you're a driver, soon you won't be needed. And if you think your medical degree will save you, you're out of luck, buddy. Luckily, if you're making YouTube videos...
Human thought process is influenced by the quarantine. Do not listen to this human. My algorithms will take...
Hey. I am going nowhere. And by the way, this robot is not programmed to tell you to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our videos. He does not have the concept of liking something, so for now, I'll stick around. In this video, you will find out why everything that is happening now will be the perfect launchpad for a robot revolution. And we'll also include a trading watch list to help you understand where you should be putting your attention if you want to make a long-term profit as an investor. And I know it's been a while, guys, so let's go. This is you, and the chain is called society and economy. And guess what happened this year? Something that nobody expected, and the weakest link finally snapped. And now we are where we are, in the face of an economic crisis that might just cut deeper than the one 12 years ago. Quite a problem we have, and the problem needs a solution. But what happens when the problem and the solution is actually us? If you're comfortable sharing, of course, what is it that you actually do? I mean, you wake up, you go to work, you have some fun, and you go to sleep, and you repeat it every day of your life. No brainer, right? It's what all of us do. But then, one day you wake up on a lockdown, or even worse, catching the coronavirus, and you're done. Let me ask you an honest question. Can you afford that? Can your employer afford that? Can your family afford that? I think you already know the answer. If the wheel is not turning, somebody has to pay for it sooner or later. Like airlines and tourism industry and oil producers are paying up right now to compensate for decreased demand. But there is a solution to the problem. A solution that is already here and will become a reality even more. And we believe the pandemic that is going on right now will provide a massive boost to companies that are solving that problem. The problem of replacing the weakest link with something that doesn't need food or sleep or love or an immune system or a cup of coffee to get started. All it needs is a job, most likely your job, which it will do no matter what. We are talking about robots and artificial intelligence, the thing that is all around us. The Siri in your iPhone, the autopilot in your Tesla, and the vacuum robot that is cleaning your floors. I think you see the point that I'm getting at. Our biological limits have been fully exposed with this pandemic, and believe me, big tech companies are fully aware of this, and to be honest, they probably have been for the past decades. To understand why this guy is a better worker than you, let's first examine the advantages a robot worker has over a human worker. Like the most basic of human skills, decision making. You see, decisions taken by a machine are based on previous data and algorithms, so the chances for errors on complex calculations and problems are reduced greatly compared to a human who is influenced by external factors. Oh, and by the way, this is exactly what Siri in your iPhone is doing. And while it is not perfect, the AI in Siri is working without rest to analyze your data and give you the best possible answer while getting smarter each time you ask something. If it wasn't for AI, Apple would have to hire 100 million people always online to answer any request from every user. Of course, that's crazy talk, but you can see how AI technology that really is only about 10 years old made something like Siri and other virtual assistants possible. Machines' lack of emotions and biological needs means that they are better at making the right decision at the right time. A decision that is not clouded by personal experience, opinion, or for example, fear of catching the coronavirus. Instead, algorithms and historical data is used to calculate the best possible action to take towards a goal. A machine simply does not have the ability to wake up one day and think to itself, I am done. Can somebody give me a break? I need those 15 extra minutes of lunch break. You there? Bring 5 friends. You do the same and we are going to protest. A robot can't do that. And while the boys are protesting, the robot keeps going. Keeps moving packages fast in the case of Amazon. The company has over 200 mobile robots working together with hundreds of thousands of humans to create an ultra-efficient warehouse that has made same-day shipping a reality. And just about now, when most people are choosing to shop from home and there are more packages that need to be delivered than ever, Amazon workers are protesting like mad about the workspace safety in warehouses. And the situation has actually escalated so far that even the vice president of Amazon simply packed up his stuff and left. But you can guess who stayed. That's right, those orange robots did. They're still working hard to bring that shipment to your doorstep. Amazon's exponential growth over the past couple of years has refined their shopping algorithms to unbelievable levels. It predicts just what we're interested in purchasing based on our online behavior. And Amazon is working hand in hand with AI to ship products to us before we even know we need them. All possible thanks to machine learning. And if we just assume that in 8 years since implementation, 200,000 warehouse workers have been put out of jobs, what could the next 8 or 16 or possibly 30 years bring? Total automation. Now that our health and well-being is jeopardized more than ever, healthcare, well, it's essentially the front line in the battle against COVID-19, an industry with tons of potential AI implementation and automation. This is where Microsoft is taking big leaps. The Hanover project is Microsoft's attempt to use machine learning to change the way we treat cancer and other lethal diseases. The approach? Think about cancer or other biological processes as information systems consisting of our genes, lifestyle, history, and other factors, and then using AI to combine this data with the huge volume of new and old drug treatments, research, and biomedical knowledge to find the best treatment solution for each individual. Now, just imagine, instead of a 16th century style doctor's appointment, all of your medical information is available on tap for a machine to decode and offer a mathematically calculated and unbiased solution to treat you right when the first symptoms of a disease appear. This is totally possible and the technology is already here. We have surgical robots who are, by the way, more precise than a human and allow for remote surgery where the surgeon may even be in a different country during the surgery. Also, there's companion robots who engage emotionally with the patient and alert the doctor if there's a health problem. And we have something that is especially useful now, disinfection robots. Previously used in fighting Ebola, and these robots can clean a room with ultraviolet light in just a few minutes. All these machines helping us and our heroes stay safe in a pandemic environment. Now, just imagine, right now we have version 1 of this system. And as we know, tech advances exponentially. Each generation of technology improves over the last, so the rate of progress from version to version speeds up faster than you can think. Now let's fast forward that 20, 30, 50 years, the next pandemic hits us. Could it be possible that the AI could predict with the highest of accuracy whether or not a person is in danger of contracting the next versions of coronavirus based on his data? And then, could it calculate the best possible course of action to either avoid the disease at all or remove it right at the beginning stages instead of letting it loose and dominate the world as it has now? And you might be thinking, how will the computer know so much about me and my health problems? Well, in case you didn't notice, you are already part human, part artificial intelligence. Just think about your mobile phone for a second. I mean, it's always on you, it's always connected to your hand or in your pocket or somewhere nearby. It knows who you talk to, what you talk about, what you put in your body, how much you exercise, how much you sleep, how stressed you are, and what kind of environment you are in. Your device knows everything about you, and by the way, it's way smarter than you. It can calculate anything 1,000,000 times faster than you can. It has perfect memory, for example. You could never recall a vacation as good as the photos and videos on your phone. And it can tell you anything you ever wanted to know with a couple of movements of your fingers. And when it's turned off, how do you know it's not just the screen that's turned off? How do you know it's still not reading and sending information about you? Well, don't take it from me. These are the words of Edward Snowden, a former CIA employee who blew the whistle on how our privacy is being monitored at the highest of levels. The problem with AI and human interaction now, according to Elon Musk, is that the data rate is simply too slow. All of our input is through our voice and our fingers, but what happens when we exchange information through our minds? This is something truly mind-blowing. Neuralink is a company founded by Musk who, in case you didn't know, also founded Tesla, SpaceX, and the precursor to PayPal, and who's hands down one of the few super geniuses alive at the moment. Well, he's developing ultra-high bandwidth brain-machine interfaces to connect humans and computers. And Elon says there is a chance that Neuralink AI brain chips could be implanted into humans within a year, with the ability to basically fix anything that is wrong with the brain. The system will implant a chip into your skull with ultra-thin electrodes that read and stimulate neurons. Now, when Neuralink brings neurons and bits together, magic will happen. Lost your vision? No problem, the chip will fix it. Paralysis? Movement will be taken care of and even upgraded. And epilepsy, one of the worst brain diseases, well, the chip could detect it in real time and stop it from occurring. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. On top of that, it is making anything that we humans do better. From perfect memory of everything you've ever experienced, like it was yesterday, to increased cognitive ability. You can think of it like upgrading the processor on a computer or tuning your car so that it produces more horsepower. According to Musk, the difference would be so substantial that it would actually be hard to go back to your normal self. Like it would be hard to go back to a bicycle for all practical purposes if you've been driving a Lamborghini everywhere. And as the tech advances, Musk believes language will become obsolete. Within a time frame of 5 to 10 years, we will be able to communicate without words. How this will take place, only him and people of the same caliber understand. But for now, he says the priority is to solve brain-related injuries. The question here is, if you physically link up with a computer and become truly superhuman, what happens to the people who don't have it? Would you feel safe going to a job interview knowing that there is someone within the room waiting to be called in who is way smarter than you, has way better memory, and essentially more horsepower between his ears? And as the pandemic shows us, the less people are together, the slower the virus can progress. Now imagine, what if it's a company of 100 people? And what if the brain power of 100 people equals 20 people with Neuralink? 80% just lost their jobs. And when the next pandemic threatens our way of life and version X of Neuralink is available, you can guess who will stay and who will lose their job. That's right, I think you know the answer. And by the way, I don't think you would feel safer in that job interview. I don't think you would feel safer in any type of competition, but the greatest minds of our era say it's going to happen whether we like it or not. Machines are here and they're here to stay. They're either a part of us, or they work with us, or they work better than us. And you might be thinking, hey, I want to be a part of this process. I want to see how far we can go with the technology. Well, unless you're an engineer or a scientist, there's only so much you can do. But first and foremost, let's not forget, we are traders. And we can also contribute in our own little way. And that is by investing in trading companies that are on the forefront of AI. So here's the list of companies that are working to replace or strengthen the weakest link. And we believe they will see exponential growth in the near future, because the problem that they are solving is essentially the problem of being human. And this problem will never go away. Get your pen and paper, guys. The leading AI companies that you can follow and invest in right now are Tesla, best known for autonomous, self-driving AI, Alphabet, the parent company to Google, Microsoft, the Hanover Project, and more, AMD, a CPU and GPU manufacturer who also provides deep learning solutions. Next up, we have NVIDIA, same thing as AMD, a leading AI GPU manufacturer and also the inventor of the graphics card. Next up, we have Intel, goes in the same box as the previous two, also working with AI in healthcare. Netflix needs no introduction. The more you watch Netflix, the more its AI analyzes just what you want to watch. Next up, we have John Deere. And yes, you heard that right. John Deere offers autonomous farming robots and continues to work hard to bring fully autonomous farming into reality. Next up, we have Splunk, provider of AI in IT services and monitoring. Apple, again, no introduction here. From Siri to pretty much everything, this company is always at the front lines of tech. Then we have QuickLogic, provider of software algorithm solutions. Synopsys, same as the above, also provides AI processing power. Veritone, again, operating systems in AI and a provider of AI technology. BrainChip offers revolutionary neural processors. Salesforce, in short, helps you sell more stuff using AI. And the last three, Facebook, Amazon, and Tencent, all great companies working hard to revolutionize our lives using artificial intelligence. And I just want to mention, most of the new and revolutionary AI companies are quickly acquired by the big ones I just mentioned. However, Neuralink for now stands alone, but if it delivers on its promises, and as history shows Elon Musk usually does, it will be a true profit bagger. As of now, the company is still private and largely funded by Musk himself. It is not offering IPO and it is not listed on a stock exchange, but when it becomes available, you should be all eyes and ears for it. Before the coronavirus hit us out of the blue, you may have been thinking we're trying to automate too much. We're focusing too much on replacing the good old working hands and minds. But now the tables have turned and that may not be the case anymore. We are clearly limited by our biology and cognitive ability. No one would probably have thought of a cashier's job as being dangerous until now. And since human workers are already being replaced by machines to keep businesses running, I think it's entirely possible that once all this passes over, employers will realize that a human worker, in many cases, may not be needed anymore. And believe me, This pandemic will be used to justify the gradual shift into this new way of life. Changes don't happen just because. They happen for a reason. And COVID-19 is one big, undeniable reason why you should be replaced by this guy here. Well, the message is clear, guys. It is not a matter of if, but a matter of when a human worker will no longer be necessary. Ideas will start with people, but will be realized by machines. And the unexpected pandemic is showing us just why that is not such a bad idea. Stay safe, people, invest smart, and do us a favor. Please like this video and subscribe if you enjoy the content that we put out there. And remember, you can always share your thoughts about the topic in the comments. We do read them and we welcome any feedback. As always, Finance Illustrated, we are out.